I was counting batteries when my sister laughed. Not a big laugh, a careless one, the kind that slips out before someone remembers to be human. My daughter was at the table, legs swinging, plastic unicorn balanced between her palms. The hearing aid caught the light when she turned her head. A small, precise glint, medical gray, necessary, expensive, real. My sister tilted her wine glass and nodded at it. "Is that a toy?" she said. "Or is it supposed to be funny?" The room didn't stop. It narrowed. My father didn't even look up from his plate. "Don't be so sensitive," he said, already tired of me. Something in my chest closed, clean and airtight. I felt my pulse slow, like my body was bracing for a long wait. I looked at my daughter. She hadn't heard the word joke, but she saw the smile. She always sees the smile. That was the moment I understood this wasn't about ignorance, it was about permission. I had spent my life earning silence at this table, good grades, a practical marriage, a quiet spine. My sister had spent hers consuming it, attention, excuses, inheritance spoken aloud before anyone died. She learned early that cruelty delivered lightly is forgiven faster than care delivered loudly. My father protected her with indifference, my mother with absence, and I let it happen. Because if I stayed calm, if I kept the peace, my daughter would grow up in a family. That was the lie I fed myself. My husband didn't say anything at first. He stood at the sink, drying his hands slowly, watching the room like a man memorizing exits. He's always been like that, quiet, observant, strategic. He saw what I saw, the way my sister's eyes lingered, the way my father's dismissal landed like a verdict, the way my daughter folded inward without knowing why. Betrayal doesn't always arrive as violence. Sometimes it's neglect dressed as reason. After dinner, I didn't cry. I cleaned. I listened. I replayed every visit, every "she didn't mean it," every "you're overreacting." I remembered the appointments I paid for myself, the insurance calls, the way my father never once asked how much the hearing aid cost. I checked the will my sister liked to joke about. I checked the property records my father assumed I'd never read. I checked the messages my sister sent my husband when she thought I wasn't looking. Nothing explicit, just familiarity, entitlement. They were planning, without me. My calm became a container. I put everything inside it. Rage, shame, the old ache of being the reasonable one while others took. My husband watched me think. He didn't interrupt. The confirmation arrived quietly. A bank alert, a transfer request. My father's signature, shaky but deliberate. He was moving money meant for my daughter's future, for family support, for my sister's newest reinvention. I printed the documents. I highlighted nothing. When they came back the next weekend, I set the papers on the table like placemats. My sister's smile froze. My father finally looked at me. I didn't raise my voice. "Did you know," I asked, "that her hearing aid costs more than your car?" Silence cracked. Not loudly, irreversibly. My sister reached for my arm. My husband stepped between us, effortless as gravity. "Dinner's over," he said. He didn't yell when he told them to leave. That was the lesson. He listed the expenses, the legal implications, the boundaries they mistook for weakness. He explained, calmly, how access works, to grandchildren, to houses, to futures. My sister cried. My father stammered. My daughter watched from the hallway, holding her unicorn, safe behind the man who chose her without hesitation. The door closed softly. That was the loudest sound of my life. Later, when the house was still, I sat alone and felt nothing bloom where guilt used to live. I thought of all the years I had translated cruelty into patience, all the times I'd been told to be less. I wasn't sensitive, I was precise. They lost their audience, their access, their narrative. I gained something quieter, control. And when my daughter asked why the house felt lighter, I told her the truth in the only way that mattered. Because we chose who gets to stay.